Why is your spray control so awful? Well, it's a fairly simple question to answer if you are following the correct spray pattern or not. It's as simple as that. However, overall, in a game, you may not know if your spray is accurate or not. So today, I'm going to be talking about why your spray control is so bad in the first place, and also ways you can help improve this moving in towards the future. I'm going through some of my games on Litify here. As you can see, my spray accuracy is very consistent overall, being around the 50 to 60% mark each game. Now, what does count as spraying on Litify first of all? So as you can see here, it says includes rifles only, so that means it will not only count things like SMGs if you're just running and gunning, for example. It also says a spray is defined as a sequence of 3+ shots. Spray accuracy is the shots in the spray that hit the enemy divided by all the spray shots. Only count against spotted enemies. But these games you're looking at now are from the recent week or two, and that is high 2k elo or even low 3k elo as well. And as you can see here, I'm currently 2.8k on Faceit currently, and even players at this level struggle with spraying. So do not feel bad about yourself if you're at a lower level and struggling to spray yourself, because even quote unquote good players struggle as well at this. So make sure to stick around for the entirety of this video, guys, to understand exactly why you may be struggling with your spray control in the first place. So let's first start with the basics here with what spray control is exactly. So every gun in CSGO has a unique spray pattern, and you can see this by either simply googling it or just shooting onto a wall yourself without moving your mouse. Whatever you see on the wall, you need to be doing the opposite of. So using just Google may be a better idea because it already inverts it for you. However, I'll repeat what I just said. Every gun has a unique spray pattern, meaning you can't just keep practicing with an AK every time you DM or practice, because the AK spray is a set one and you won't improve learning things like the M4, Galil, and even the FAMAS. This will cause problems when you do pick up one of these guns in a pug or official, and then you complain about how the gun is awful, when in actual fact you're the awful one using it in the first place. So coming back to the main question at hand here, being why is your spray control so awful? It is very simple. You aren't practicing your spray control either enough or at all in the first place. Think about this for me for a minute, okay? Whenever you go warm up in aimbot or wherever you want to warm up, what weapon do you use? I bet you 95% of all of you will go for the AK-47. Then off on top of that, I asked you also another question of how do you shoot the bot? Again, I guarantee a high percentage would be tapping and flicking to the bot. This does not help your spray control. I want to drill that into your head. Doing this type of practice does not help your spray control. Now, I would recommend practicing your spray control every single day until the point you feel you have it down without having to really think about it too much. At this point, you can move to practicing it less and less. However, I would still say a minimum of at least twice a week. Go and remind yourself of different spray controls across a variation of guns. Bimas is a great example of an incredible spray player and also spray transfer player on top of that. If I recall correctly, I even remember Carrigan talking about playing with him on Mouse and how he would see Bimas practicing spray transfers before games, something that he would never see out of old school players at all. Now, talking about more specific ways you can practice your spray control, I would strongly recommend a workshop map called Recall Master. This workshop allows for you to see each spray pattern individually of every single gun above you, and also guides you along with a little tracer on the wall of where your crosshair should be while spraying. There are many different features in here, however, even locking your movement, and also if you're feeling confident, moving the tracer on the wall. You do have many options in this workshop map while practicing, so make sure to use them all so your practice isn't one-dimensional. Change things up like the distance of the target, having a moving target, or even multiple targets as well to be practicing your spray transfer skills. There are many tools in this workshop map, so make sure to use them out to their full potential. Now, even after all of this, guys, practicing spray controls and trying to get it down as pitch perfect as possible may be a little bit hard. Now, this can be because spraying has other factors involved with it, not just spraying correctly. You also have to make sure you are not moving while spraying, as this can affect where the bullets go, and also it depends if you're crouching or not on top of that as well. Crouching can be used about 3 to 4 bullets into the spray to essentially allow you to not have to counter it as much. If you're shooting an object and pulling down to spray, you can crouch to lower lower your crosshair instead to basically just do the same thing. However, this is a little bit more in depth, so I would say just stick to learning each spray pattern first. The old saying of practice makes perfect is extremely present within CS and also anything else you really do. Practice spray control, practice using your different weapons, and of course practice your mouse flicks by hitting that like button of the video and also subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for watching the video guys, it's been Glaze and I'll speak to you very soon.